Hello, welcome to Matt Bajerski YouTube channel. Look what I've got here. Who's that then? Who's that pretty thing? Who made such a beautiful looking thing in this world? Not a mum, obviously me. No, I'm kidding. Hi China.
Hello.
How long's it been?
What, since we did a video?
Yeah, we did a video. When was it?
We did one when I was back in England on Skype.
That's
about
right.
a year
Yeah,
ago now.
maybe some of you guys remember that. What did we talk about then? Because I don't want to talk about the same thing.
What did we talk about? I actually can't remember.
Did we talk about food or no? I don't
A
think.
bit of it. We talked about what I use. No, I can't really remember.
No, neither can I. I've really got a mind block. It was a nice video, but I don't want to kind of, say the same thing. So what have you been up to since that video? What have you been doing with your life in work?
In work, so I think from the last video we did, I wasn't really working with them. I was just doing some privates here and there, PTs, yeah.
And then, so what have you done since then? Have you?
I started a job at a gym teaching Muay Thai full time.
Whereabouts? Are we allowed to say? Is it?
Yeah, London Fight Factory, Old Street.
London Fight Factory.
Yeah.
And how's that? Are you still there now?
Yeah, I'm still there.
And how's it going?
Yeah, it's going good.
So is it PTs mainly you do there?
I teach about 6 to 7 classes a week, and then PTs the rest.
This is the only time I get to know anything. Listen, guys, I think what I'm going to do is one of these every week, just so I know what my daughter's doing, to be fair.
No, I tell you, you just forget.
Who? Who are you anyway? I can't even remember what you're doing here. Yeah, I got a fish memory, you're right. I actually show all my clients my fish. I do fish impersonations. Did you know? So yeah, let's get back to something serious. So you've been doing PTs, and how about future? Obviously you're happy there. Is there anything that you would like to, have you got any aims or goals, or is everything happening as it should be?
I think everything's happening as it should be. I just started about 2 months ago my female only classes as well.
Where's that?
In Stratford.
Stratford upon Avon?
No. So
well, it's the only Stratford I know is spelt wrong, right? I've spelt it.
No, it's spelt right, but I think it's upon Avon. It's not upon it. It's just Stratford.
It's just Stratford. So where's Stratford upon Avon then?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm just making things up. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's the glitch in the Matrix. Maybe it's the Mandela effect.
It's in the East Village, next to the Olympic Park.
Next to the Olympic Park, and do you welcome new members there, or?
Yes, I welcome new people who have done it before, fighters, non-fighters, anybody, but obviously you have to be a woman.
What's a woman? But this video will not be on YouTube for long if you answered that. Yeah, it would be over and done with. I don't know how the new generation are feeling about all of this, but is it difficult to speak these days?
Yeah, I guess if you don't know people's beliefs or what they're thinking, it's difficult to express your own opinion because people just get kind of attack you sometimes.
Really? Have you felt that with anybody lately, or have you ever come to a like when you're training somebody, you might have said something like that it's called offending somebody, that they don't want to be offended now. Everybody wants everybody not to say anything, basically.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the whole COVID situation and vaccine situation, where some people believe that we all should have it, and I'm against it. So when I say that I haven't been vaccinated, some people get a bit shocked and I feel like they're offended. Oh, but why don't you have it? You need to have it. Right. So now I just... It's
kind of like not a discussion, it's kind of a force energy. Yeah. It's not like, oh really, what reason? Why? What reason didn't you have it? It's like, why not? Yeah. And it's an attack. It's an attack, and that doesn't make any sense to me. That's almost programming. It's like they've been programmed. Like if somebody gets kidnapped, if a young girl gets kidnapped, normally the kidnapper brainwashes them to a belief system, and then when you get that child back, the child's brainwashed completely. It feels like that when I'm speaking to people. It doesn't matter what you decide you want to do in your life, just let people be. But anyway, let's move on from there. We just do our best, right?
Yeah.
And everybody should be free to be able to choose to do what they want. So this place in Stratford.
Yeah.
That's why, because I said Stratford. I think there's a different place. So I don't know England that well neither. So there's two of us. I was just thinking that this is it one class a week or 2 classes a week you do?
So I've been doing 1 class a week, but from next year I'm going to be changing the timetable to hopefully a weekend.
Is there a reason
why? I feel like the clientele that I had at the start when I did 1 class on a Saturday,
right,
a 2-hour class, just like as an introduction.
What time was that roughly?
It was 1 o'clock. 1 till 1
it's
till
not
3.
A bad time.
Yeah, and I got a lot of mums who used to do it who want to get back into it, but obviously because they have children they can't.
Right.
They can't leave them or on weekdays anyway.
Right, exactly.
And people just with busy jobs on weekdays, they just can't get there in time, or it's too late, or it's a bit too early, so it's a bit tricky. So I'm gonna try and do it on a Sunday.
On a Sunday,
yeah.
Okay. Well, Sunday's a tricky day as well, so you might find, I guess it's listening to your clients, isn't it? Mainly. Some people say, oh, I can't do it on this day, and then you kind of figure it out in the end. But you've got to keep alternating it till you get it right.
Yeah.
But then your clients change as well, so you might get somebody who says, I can't do it that day. So it's always tricky finding it. It's like we do absent healings across the board on different time zones, and it's always difficult. It's never easy, but you can only do your best with that. So where are you going after this then? Is there any travelling you want to do? Have you got any plans to travel, or in the near future is there anywhere where you want to go and do some work?
I'm always open to doing work abroad, to be fair.
You've just done some this week, right? You're here now, so you're doing some here, so where else have you done your work? Did we talk about that in the last video?
I don't think so.
Yeah, where have you done your work? Where have you trained people thus far?
I went to Costa Rica a couple of years ago for 2 weeks. A family paid for me to come and train them twice a day. It was like a little holiday for them, and then.
Okay, so they were on holiday and they brought you with you.
Yeah.
That's a really clever idea. If you want, that's really good. So you train them twice a day.
Yeah.
That's quite amazing. And how was the? Obviously after you did your training session, you had free time.
I had my free time.
Did you visit any? I remember some animals. No?
I went to an animal sanctuary where they looked after. Spider monkeys. And sloths and.
Oh, you saw my T-shirt, especially for you, sloth. Yeah. What do you like about sloths? A lot of people don't like them. They're a bit frightened of them.
They're actually quite scary.
They can be dangerous.
They can be dangerous. I didn't know. So they're very slow.
I didn't know.
Yeah. I remember reaching out for one, and the lady it was so slow like this.
But.
And the lady was like, it might take a while to get there, but he will scratch you.
Oh, really?
He's not trying to be nice, he's trying to scratch you. He's
really?
just taking his time.
Wow, so everything is in slow mode with them. Why is that? Did they say why
they I think they eat there's something that they eat in the leaves of the plants that has a chemical that's released that makes them slow down.
Amazing. So there's something wow. So if they didn't eat them, they'd be a lot faster.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe some people. I need some of that. Can you go and get some kind of leaf? Yeah, there's something in that. Hey, I think you're. You can't even say OCD now. Did you know?
I know.
It's basically now. There's another word for it, but if you say that word, it's offensive. So it's become so scary, and you can't joke about anything.
No.
Even if you want to joke about something, you can't. There's no such thing as jokes anymore. It's a crazy world.
I posted something on social media about my weight going up and down because of fighting.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to put body dysmorphia because
that's what it's called.
It's called body dysmorphia if you are looking at yourself in a way that you don't see yourself in that way, but You know what I mean?
Well, everybody looks at everybody in a different way. When
Yeah.
you look at yourself and you see yourself every day, you see yourself different than somebody else who sees it. So
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
But so it's a bit like if you're anorexic and you look at yourself and you say, I'm not.
Yeah.
And somebody will say, well, you're losing a lot of, no, I don't see that. Is that what that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I never even heard of that word. So you posted something, and what did you say? What?
No, it's just, it was immediate in my head, or maybe I shouldn't post that because maybe it isn't that what I'm talking about.
Maybe it's going to offend somebody.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. So everything every thought that you have now comes with a self mechanism that stops you from just saying what you feel you want to say because of the repercussions of what somebody may feel offended by. That's quite scary, eh?
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's really scary. It's more frightening than anybody really realizes. And there was a book that came out called 1984 by George Orwell, and in that film it was about people who were living in a city where it was Big Brother was watching them, and there was a thought police. So your thoughts can get you into trouble.
How do they know this?
Because they monitor your thoughts.
Oh.
There's a TV watching you all the time, watches every facial expression that you do, and your thoughts will then cause you to be punished in many ways. But it's getting that way now. Look at your thought. You did it to yourself. You self-policed yourself. So that's the scary thing. This is how this is working now, and the kids, younger generation, don't even realize it, but it's become part of their life now. They're not able to say what they feel is real and not. The truth or fact is no longer fact, and it's no longer truth. It has to be suppressed, and it's a lie, or you're offensive. It's incredible the way. Anyway, moving on. Butterfly, do you see that?
Yeah.
I had a butterfly flying around me the other day. Do you believe in signs?
Yeah.
Have you ever had any? Anything that's ever happened to you? What are you wearing anyway? You've got something around your neck. What is it?
Tektite.
A tektite. Do you know anything about tektites? Do you know why you wear it?
To protect me from negative energy.
Very good. But did you know that it's actually an absorber of negative energy?
Yeah.
So if you stress yourself out, it absorbs it.
Yes.
So I'm wearing one now, but I actually have tektite, Moldavite and Herkimer. That's what I want to gift you next.
Yeah.
So moving on from that to something a little bit stronger.
Upgrade.
Yeah, but they're fantastic, great for negative energy. And if you do you find yourself working with people and you don't know it, but you feel it, that they've had a bad day or they're going through terrible issues, not with a face, but their energy around them. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
What do you do with clients like that? Or how do you treat them any different, or do you? How does it work?
I still try and make my client enjoy their session always. It's just what I do with myself after. I just make sure that I try and do something
to cleanse and clear
myself,
yourself, because you can feel it, right?
Yeah,
There's when people say, "Oh, there's no such thing as negative energy," you can't see it. No, you can't see it, but you can feel it.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see it around somebody instantly. I can look at them and know whether they're in a good or bad place. I don't need to look at the face.
Yeah.
I don't need to see their expression. I don't need to see their body movement. I can feel that energy because I've worked in it. But you will understand that more and more. The more you work with people, the more you feel them. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, well, when I was massaging in Brighton,
Oof.
I remember,
when you said you wanted to massage, I'm like,
yeah.
Oof. I admire every masseur out there, and people don't understand how close and personal and how much negative energy they absorb and take away from the client, and then they have to, and I think a lot of masseurs understand this, but when you don't,
my
did you have
teacher
any?
Understood it.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember speaking to her about it, and she understood, and she said the same ways of how you do to cleanse yourself
What
after.
did she do? Did she ever tell you what to do, or did she give you any tips?
She said to shower straight away.
Brilliant.
If you can.
Yeah, exactly.
And something to do with salt water, but I can't
Brilliant.
remember.
Yeah, if you have a bath, you put lots of sea salt in there. That cleanses and clears you. But also sage. Have you ever tried that?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, saging is fantastic. Yeah, but so when you were doing massages, did you ever have a client that you felt at the end of it, you picked up something from them?
Yeah, during actually, I was halfway through and I started to feel dizzy and sick and just unwell. But not like I was coming down with anything, it just felt very different, and I had to stop for a second. And then after I went home and I showered straight away because I just didn't feel.
And it takes a while to clear it.
Yeah,
It takes sometimes a few. Exactly, it takes a few hours, and this is what I teach. You know, when you're doing pure energy healing, you're not actually touching, but you're actually working with the energy. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing, and you need to go and clear it. You need to go in Mother Nature, sit by a tree. Salt water. There's so many different things you can do, but you're right. It's there. It's tangible. You can taste it. You can feel it, and it makes you feel. It takes your breath away sometimes. You can't even breathe sometimes. So it's great that you got that. So just out of interest, a question: do you, having done that, would you be keen to go back to doing massages, or are you happier to stay away from it because of that now?
I'm probably happier to stay away from it.
Yeah, I get that completely. Even if you're strong and powerful, it takes, that's why I say I've got admiration for any healer in this world, or anybody who works with people, close up, massage, any of that kind of work. I admire them because you do take on people's energy. There's no doubt about it. You can't not if you enter into somebody's field. But there's also the nice thing as well. If you massage somebody who is really happy and joyful, and you feel better sometimes afterwards.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
Yeah, so it works two ways really. But if you're a healer, normally people come to you, or if you're giving somebody a massage, it's normally that they're in a bad place and they want to feel better, right? So yeah, it takes a lot. And I know somebody who knows about all of this, and when I mentioned it to them, they said they wouldn't give a massage for less than 10,000.
Wow.
They said there's no way they would massage anybody unless they got paid the right amount of money, because they know that what can affect them afterwards, it's going to ruin them for their work and for the rest of the month. And I kind of like went, really? It didn't really affect me that much, but now I understand it more. But then back then I was doing session after session and I was cleansing all the time. So it's vital that you cleanse when you're a healer for sure. Did you ever hiccup when you were giving anybody a healing session, or did any of your clients ever cough really a lot when they were having a massage? Did you ever notice coughing or?
I'd say coughing. I'm not sure about the hiccuping.
Mm-hmm. Hiccups is something that you pick up negative energy, and it shows itself by way of hiccups or deep breath. You have to exhale this negativity. And coughing is another one where you're cleansing, or they're cleansing and purging the negative energy from them. That's why they go into an instant cough. These are just some of the things. But anyway, going back to your work, China. So I was just thinking about from when you started, what was the age you started?
Teaching.
Yeah, no, when you started, the first time you started this kind of field of work, this Muay Thai or boxing or kickboxing.
When I first started, I was 13.
13, and you're now
24.
24 years old, so that's 11 years, yeah. And in that 11 years, have you ever once said to yourself, when you actually go and you fight, you go into rings, which I think is something that we mentioned. For me, it's like I struggle to watch you even go in there because my heart's beating like mad. And it's like, have you ever thought through the period of these 11 years, I'm not doing this no more?
Yeah, many times.
And
I'm actually going for it now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And is that, it's a really interesting subject for me, this. Do you feel that where you're feeling this from is from either the mind or from yourself? Because the mind is one thing, which is a program that's been programmed in everything that you've done in this lifetime. But inside here is something that you've been here many times before. When you die, this is your spirit. So is it coming from here, or is it coming from here?
I believe that it might be both of them trying to argue with each other at the same time.
No, I totally am. I talk about this all the time. This is the battle between the heart and mind.
Yeah.
So which is it? What is, being honest to yourself, do you think it could be that your spirit, you here, is saying, you know what, it's time for a change?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he is saying no because I'm frightened. What else am I going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always, for me, it's the mental side is, but I haven't achieved what I wanted to achieve.
That's here.
Yeah. But down here is like, it doesn't matter, just let it go.
Yeah. But you have achieved everything you've achieved.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it you want to achieve? What is it this tells you want to achieve? Because when you become a fighter, in the program, it's like, okay, I want to hold the championship. I'm a runner. Okay, I want to be in the Olympics and I want to win.
Yeah.
What is it about? What is it about here that keeps saying you haven't achieved? You've been into a ring.
Yeah.
I mean, that in itself.
Yeah.
If somebody said to me, "Do you want to train to go in a ring?" I'll say, "Are you all right? Something wrong with you? You okay, mate? You need to keep taking your tablets because you know what? I'm all right."
I'd like to win the WBC belt. That was my main dream.
What's that? What kind?
It's like one of the biggest belts. Same in boxing. WBC is the biggest.
And when you achieve that, just out of interest, could it be that the brain then says, "I'm going to go on to something else. I want to get something bigger. I want a bigger belt."
Possibly.
Right. I don't think it's never ending up here. Here it doesn't matter what you do, and when you truly understand yourself, you're just happy being yourself.
Yeah. Well, I've taken time out this year and just focused on stuff that I'm enjoying. And
what's that?
I've started dancing again, and spending time with friends, which I just when you get into fighting, you don't have a life. Fighting becomes your life, so you have to be really dedicated. You have to give up friends, going out with friends, just having a social life in general.
Okay, so looking back at that, does that make you feel like a little bit sad?
Yeah, definitely.
So you're it's almost like you have to sacrifice your life to do this.
Yeah.
Do you think the sacrifice is worth it in the end? I mean, it might be a yes or no, but
for me, and I could probably speak for a lot of fighters, the sacrifice, it's worth it when you go into a ring and you give it all you've got and you're proud of yourself because you've worked 6 to 8 weeks of hard fight camp. You're dedicated. You're eating. You're dieting.
That's another story. That's another story, the way. I mean, to me, the dieting is like freaks me out a bit.
Yeah,
it's not healthy.
No, it's not.
And I also realise that fasting is similar to the dieting, right? I've recognised this as well. Fasting is a wonderful thing, but sometimes people can get addicted to it, and then they put on more weight, and then they lose weight, and then they put more. It's like, and I don't think it's that healthy. I've realised that now. It's not that healthy doing and it's not dieting per se. It's basically fasting. It's fasting. It's starving your body to be able to get to a certain weight.
Make a weight and then just put it back on in a few hours.
Yeah, and you go crazy then, and it just doesn't seem balanced to me. That what it seems balanced to me is if I was organising this, is hey, don't worry about that. You're going to fight somebody your weight.
Yeah.
They've actually done. What's all that about?
A new organisation has done that, where they have to have like a hydration test the week before to make sure that they're hydrated and they're healthy, so they're not cutting weight in wrong ways like sauna and baths and stuff that's gonna damage their kidney, liver, and
totally
stuff.
Yeah.
So that's
a stress on the body as soon as you start doing. If you've not got somebody who's really knows what they're doing with you 24/7, it can be damaging. And I also remember something that you told me once that broke my heart, totally broke my heart. And it was like you were in Thailand and you were fighting, and then you came back, and then next thing you found out one of the people that you trained with, he was only 18. This is what I remember. He was 18 years old. He was about to have a baby that night, and he was having a fight in the ring, and he was having a baby that night, and he died. He died in the not in the ring, but
just
outside of the ring. So he never got to see his was it his son? He never got to see his son. That just
I remember that.
and that to me is like is it worth it? When you look at that, did that make you think a little bit? Thinking, is this?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But I mean, for you, it's different. You've got a choice. Maybe in Thailand, it's their life, eh?
Yeah.
It's their life. What else are they going to do? It's like they've trained from children, they've grown up, and their parents, and helped them become the best, and that's part of their life, right?
Yeah.
So it is, for you, you've got a choice. But even like I said, in your mind, you're thinking, well, if I give up doing this, what else am I going to do? Who am I going to be? What am I going to be, right?
Yeah.
And that's the fear factor of who you are. But actually, everything is here. You are everything that you need to be. So like I had 100 jobs, I changed from one job to another, and I never had that fear. That fear wasn't there because I got used to changing, doing different things. And people would often say to me, you know, you're never doing anything, you're always doing something else, as if it was wrong. And I was saying, well, I'm finding out what I want to be. But then I look back now and say everything that I did was an experience, was fabulous, and made me who I am. So, you know,
I mean, Muay Thai will always be a part of me anyway, because it's the career path I want to take, because teaching is my passion. It's more the fight inside of it. So I'll always have Muay Thai in my life, just in a different way, I guess.
Yeah. So what you're saying is maybe just, you know, less of the heavy fighting and doing the fasting to be able to then go into a ring and then come out, and all the emotions that are attached to that. I think it can mess people up a little bit as well, unless you're really balanced. Unless you're really balanced and nothing affects you, but you're sensitive, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit challenging. That's why I say it's amazing that you're so sensitive and yet you can go into a ring, and you know. Yeah, I find that strange. Like you fight each other and then you hug each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of it kind of throws me everywhere. It's like they're trying to, mind you, I don't see you. I've never seen you as somebody who's got this in your eye that you want to rip somebody's head off and pull their arms off, and you know, that's why I always think for me when I watch you, it's more of an art.
Yeah,
when I watch you.
What I kind of want to change about it sometimes, because when I go to Thailand, that's what I see. I don't see people trying to hurt each other, it's people trying to show off their skill, and I feel like Muay Thai is a skill essentially, and when I go into the ring, I'm trying to show the judges, my teammates, everybody that I'm the best at this sport. Like, this girl can be aggressive in front of me and she probably wants to kill me, but for me, I'm showing off my skills.
I watched one fight with you in Thailand. I was sat with your mum and we were watching you, and it was against another girl, and you both came into the ring and you had your headgear on, and you did it's kind of like a ritual. You go around and, you know, I don't know whether it's to gods, whether it's a religion, I had no idea, but I saw you both doing what you did, and then you both started, and it was like watching two, and it sounds crazy, but it's like watching two ballet dancers showing each other their technique, and there was obviously loads of skill involved, and you actually won that fight against a Balinese, against a Thai girl, right? And that was an amazing, and the respect for each other, and you didn't come out bloody and messy. It was a beautiful fight, a beautiful experience, and I said to your mum, this is how it should be. And then when I see Westerners come in against somebody from Thailand, it just almost feels sickening. I feel sick because they want to kill them, and it's kind of weird. Did you find that? I just found that, I find it awful. And when I came to Thailand with you went to, was it Tiger? What was that place called where you were training? No, it wasn't Tiger. What was it called? The training camp. Simbe. When there was a guy there, a lovely lad, and he went and had a fight, and when he came, his leg. Do you remember his leg?
Raymond.
I don't know his name, but his leg was like that. I felt sick. So somebody kept kicking him in the leg. Was it a Russian lad or something? Kept kicking him in his leg, and it was black. His leg was black, and I just thought this. To me, that's the sad part of Muay Thai, but the nice part of Muay Thai is watching them perform in a ring, and there is skill, but there's not I don't see violence. I see violence in Westerners.
Yeah.
They want to just kill them and to show that they're better than the TIE fighters. I just find it strange. Maybe I'm going to get shouted at now. Maybe I'm going to get into massive trouble. But yeah, it was great talking. Is there anything that you want to say? Is there anything that I wish I'd have mentioned this, Dad? And you want to say thank you to all the people that you've trained or anything like that? Or Merry Christmas to everyone or anything like that? Even though I don't believe in Christmas so much. What did you buy me for Christmas? Oh, happy birthday. No, what was it again? Merry Christmas, Dad. I know you don't like Christmas, but here, I bought you a gift. Oh, thanks for the socks, darling, before I opened it.
The nice socks there.
Pringle, it says. I thought, why would you buy some socks that have crisp names on them? Pringle are crisps, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, just Merry Christmas, and I hope everybody has a good New Year. And thank you for everybody who's supported me throughout my journey, really, especially my dad's following as well.
Oh yeah, all of my friends on here love you, and they're always saying how is you you must be proud. Yeah. Yes, very proud of both my children. Nico's the same as you. He's a fighter like you. Well, actually, he's a trainer. He's not really a fighter. He's not a fighter per se. He's a trainer, and he's good, and he's a black belt at jiu-jitsu now. So that's good, eh? You must be proud of him, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing.
I can still beat him up though.
Of course you can. Definitely. I just find it strange. Jiu-jitsu, anybody who does jiu-jitsu out there, just on a final note, I think you never had enough time with your mum and your dad, and you want more tickles and cuddles. That's why you do jiu-jitsu. That's on a spiritual level.
I agree.
All right, guys. Well, it's lovely seeing you again, China. Thank you for being on here, and I'll link below if anybody'd like to have a one-to-one with China. Or even go to, is it Saturday?
Join my female-only classes, but I'm not sure about the timetable yet. It will be up next year on my Instagram profile and on my website.
Okay, so I'll link your website up and your Instagram, and please, guys. In fact, what I'll do, I'll do three beautiful crystals. So what we'll do, China, is if you will send me anybody who joins up. Have you got a a website that has subscriptions?
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go. Anybody who subscribes to China Bajerski's channel, I a good dad. I'm going to put one of these up, so you could win this one, and this beautiful. Oh, look at that high quality piece of amethyst. So 3 prizes. So all you need to do is subscribe.
Yes.
And go and subscribe to 2 channels, one which is Instagram, one which is your website.
Yeah.
That's it. And then you'll send me them, and let's say in 2 weeks from now, you give me all the names, and I'll go through it and pull out 3 names. How's that?
Yeah, that's great.
I know I am. Okay then, guys, take care. Bye for now.